What's going on, everybody? It's been a pretty long winter. Right now, we're in false spring here in Minnesota. It's probably about 40 degrees out. I wanted to test this Warbonnet Wooki on a regular gathered end hammock. This is the Teton Hammock Company backwoods hammock, so it's netless. I acquired this from a buddy of mine. He has the Warbonnet Eldorado. He doesn't use it, and I thought this would fit great on my Hennessy hammock. And it does. It works on my Hennessy. A little bit of tinkering, but I got it to work. So then I got to wonder, can it work on any gathered end hammock? And so I started tinkering around in the house a little bit and got it to where I felt pretty comfortable, but I have to test it. Hence my test facility. I did not, I don't want to just go camping and just get cold. So last night I slept in this and it got down to 26. This is rated to 20. This is the Wooki XL for the Eldorado. I also have a 40 degree. So with a little bit of tinkering, I was almost too hot in this. I had my Go Outfitters Adventure Top Quilt, my Go Outfitters Stratus hood, pretty much wearing what I am now, just a sweatshirt, sweatpants, and yeah, I was almost too hot in this thing. So it does work for me. I know that if you buy one of these, you can, this is a head left, you can get it head right for an additional fee, but yeah, I can show you how I rigged it. Maybe it'll work, maybe it's an idea. The only underquilt I have now for cold weather is a synthetic. My top quilt is still synthetic. I kind of prefer that. But for an underquilt, I wanted to try down because this just hangs, collects dust. I don't use my Hennessy in cold weather, but I wanted to try to be able to use this because they're not cheap. So I did fashion it to fit a gathered end, and I fashioned it to fit a Hennessy. Now it's got multiple purposes. Let me show you how I rigged it up. So starting at the head end here, I just added shock cord to extend this, because this normally just goes over the Eldorado suspension. Just hangs directly on there. So all I had to do was extend it. I did leave room so I can go back and forth, but I just kind of centered this shoulder piece where my shoulder is, where I lay, and then I just kind of cinched that down, and that's where it is. To hold a little tension on it, I had to sew this little piece on and then put shock cord through it. The Teton hammock comes with all of these pre-installed. So all I had to do was fix up my underquilt to attach. And then I did the same on the foot end. I just sewed a little thing on there with a pack hook and just connected it. It worked flawless. And then for this end, this is the original clip for the Wooki. I just moved it down because normally that rubber band is on this ball. But since I offset the head end, I also had to offset the foot end to just slide the whole thing down towards the foot. And yeah, it worked great. So being that this was a test night, I myself get what I call phantom cold spots because I'm expecting a failure. So I'm laying here on my back, nice and warm, no problem. But I roll around quite a bit when I sleep. Hopped on my left side, absolutely phenomenal. I got so warm. I had to pull my hands out. I had to open up my my Stratus hood so I could, cool off a little bit. And then I tried the right side, and that's where my phantom cold spot hit me. I started feeling cold behind my legs, which didn't make sense because my behind my legs aren't touching the quilt. So I thought that was kind of odd. So then I hopped back on my back, instantly warm again. And then I ended up falling asleep and tossing and turning all over the place, stayed warm all over the place. Left, right, back, didn't matter. I stayed warm. So I didn't sleep all that great because I was expecting those phantom cold spots. Every time I test something like this, it happens. This is not designed to go on a gathered end hammock other than the Eldorado or the Blackbird, you know, the Warbonnet series. So to get it to work on here, I was expecting failure, and it didn't. It did not fail. It worked great. So that's just my little video for today. I did get the Wooki to work on a gathered end hammock.